Okay, this is Fadia from Groundeddolphin. I'm going to do this video on spell work. Let me first explain to you a little bit of what spells are. Spells can be ingredients put together, or spells can be talking. It's that simple. You can put a curse on somebody just by saying, I hate that motherfucker. You don't realize how powerful your words are, but your words are creation. Your words are alchemy. So when you have a real understanding of that, even though people think they understand, you really don't until you understand. Everything you say, you have to be careful with your words, be careful what you say, because you create with your tongue, just like you can create a building with your hands. So you have to be mindful of that. I think that people they hear the word spells in the occult, and they like, that ignorant shit, which is cool. But every time you cook dinner, you creating a spell. You heard what I said, right? Every time you make a meal, you're creating a spell. So, I've been making spells now since I was about 17. All my spells work. I made a spell so powerful in 2011 that I stopped making spells, period. Because I ain't trust myself no more. So, you also need to proceed with caution when you're making a spell. And if you're doing a spell, you should only do spells that benefit you and not hurt other people. Don't be reckless like that. Because when you think you're doing something to hurt somebody, you end up fucking yourself. So be careful. Now, so I have a student of mine, and she's always ordering my stuff, always. All of my stuff work. So she calls me this weekend, and she says, I don't know what is going on, but for some reason I could not drink liquor no more, and like the smell of it make me nauseous. The only thing I could drink is a cooler, and I can only drink one of those. So I don't know what's going on. So I said, I gotta make a little itty bitty confession. Itty bitty, itty bitty. So I said, remember that sugar scrub that you got when you came for your vision quest? I may have put a spell in it for you to stop drinking, because I don't like that. I think you drink too much. And she was like, bitch, I was trying to get fucked up. I was like, you mad? I said, I did that shit out of love. She was like, oh my God. Like she was mad, but she was laughing so hard. Like, this bitch. So I said, if you want me to take it off, I could, I could do this, take this spell away. If you want to drink your vodka again. Cause like, yo, she really fucking loves vodka, yo. And I'm like, we need you a little bit clean, cause you about to get into the shit. So, long story short, my spells be like really working so fast and shit. And so I said, I don't know. Now, my son, I always do that. My nephew's son, my sister's son, he plays for the NFL. Now, he's been struggling a little bit. He been in the NFL since he was 22, so it's like this is fourth season, and he been on 4 teams now. So I've been working with the Moldavite. I'm putting my intentions in. And I'm like, I want him to get with a team that compliments him so he can shine. And I'm like, I'm not going to tell him that I'm doing that. I'm not going to tell my niece that I'm doing that for her brother. I'm not doing that. I want to see what happens. So he get traded to the Ravens, right? Get traded to the Ravens, and boom, boom, boom. It was just flowing like boom, Jahad Ward this, Jahad Ward that, and then he tackled one of the big people from the other team. I don't watch football, so I don't know how that shit go, but he got a tackle on somebody, I guess, that couldn't be tackled or some shit, and it just kept being on instant play everywhere. Jahad Ward, and I was like, yes, yo, my shit be so powerful, man. And then I was thinking. So yeah, he should be on his way to the playoffs, I believe, now with this team. So the last bit I need to do for my nephew is to solidify a contract that's going to benefit long term. So I'm working on that for him. But me and my husband was talking, and he was like, "Babe, you doing all this magic for all your loved ones, but do you love you? Why are you not doing no work on yourself?" And I felt bad and shit. I was like, yo, every life from all my past lives, even in this life, I never think about myself. I don't. And I just be putting everybody before me because I could see in people's lives where they're lacking and how you could just alter it a little bit so they could have this blessed life. And for some reason, I feel like I'm the only one can do it. So I put me to the side, and I just keep putting me to the side. And I never get anything because I never work on myself ever. Even when I'm doing something for myself, it's so that I can better help somebody else. So we was talking and we both came to the conclusion that if I just, for 2 months, just work on myself and don't work on nobody else, like don't help nobody, don't counsel, no advising, nothing, but just work on myself, what can I accomplish? So I agreed and I said, I'm going to do that last intuition for Jihad, and Nicole is cool. So now I can focus on me. And I just hope I stick with it because I'm not really good at taking care of myself at all. I'm not. But anyway, I gave y'all the story about spells because if you really want to get into spells, please, you don't have to say Wiccan. You don't have to call yourself a witch. You don't have to do that. It's magic. Magic is for everybody. It's in the air. It's everywhere. Life is magical. So it's earth magic because you're on the earth and you practice magic. Make it spectacular. Make it the best thing that you can create. Like if it was a blank canvas and you just painting the most magnificent painting anyone could ever conceptualize. That's how your magic should be. That's how your spell work should be. When I do spell work, I never write down what I'm putting in it. I never remember what I put in it. It's always my intention and it's always my ancestors telling me what to add. I don't remember, I don't write down because it needs to be pure, it needs to be real. It needs to be felt. So that's what I do. So however you want to get the message, whether you have to read, study, listen to audios, or watch a movie, I don't know how you get your information. Me, I literally just go outside and walk in nature. I let the animals tell me where I need to go next. If a berry fall off a tree in front of me, then I know I'm supposed to use these berries in the spell. That's how I do it. If a squirrel run past me and it catches my attention and it goes somewhere and the trees shake, I get leaves from that tree because that's a message. You have to pay attention to everything. It was a movie made in the 90s with Selma Hayek and Matthew, whatever his last name is, the bull from Friends. So it was called Fools Rush In. If you can get that, watch that because that's good. Because the whole movie is about signs. There are signs guiding you everywhere. You never have to learn how to read. You don't need to know how to count. All you have to learn how to do is feel.